Minecraft is unbelievably unique for only really having one real quest, and that is to kill the Ender Dragon. And ultimately, it's not even a very good quest because you should feel bad about doing it. When you kill her, you discover she was actually pregnant the whole time, and also she's the last of her species, meaning you invade someone else's home just to commit genocide against them, and your reward for this absolute atrocity is just the end credits. I do think that other games do quests more simply, but it's not a bad thing that Minecraft doesn't tell you, go here, do this, do that, until quest complete shows up, but there are 10 much more important quests towards which every survival Minecraft player should steer. Starting with quest 1, which is a great idea because maximizing your storage space is important now more than ever. In the early game, you can use chest boats or mules, but if you really want to 3x, 10x, or 27 extra inventory, you need to go to the End Island. So this one has a quest requirement. You need to have done Minecraft's default quest of defeating the Ender Dragon, and if you've done all of those steps, then all you need to do is go through one of these end gateways. Personally, I love to do this by swimming through them. This is my favorite method, but however you get to the End Islands, this is where you'll find the rarest end structure, which is the End City. These are found very sporadically around the End Islands, but if you kill some of these shulker boxes, you will get yourself the shulker shells, which are able to be crafted into these shulker items themselves. These are absolutely incredible, and you could stop right here, having yourself 27 items of storage, which can be stored in one slot. However, if you want to go a step further, how about taming some donkeys, tying them all around on leads, and having a portable set of storage? There are over 100 shulker boxes following me around right now, and as you can see, every one of these donkeys has a full set of shulker boxes, leading to absolutely ridiculous amounts of storage, which I think is absolutely wonderful. Just like how I think it's wonderful to embark upon a brewing quest. There are only 3 major resources exclusive to the Nether, however for brewing you're going to need all of them. This is namely the Nether Wart, found exclusively in the Nether Fortress, alongside the Blaze, found in the exact same place, and then if you want to make certain potions, this is also going to require getting minor drops from other mobs found exclusively here. So you can kill some magma cubes, you can kill a ghast, my god, that is something you can do, and then once you've got these ingredients together, glowstone is also a recommendation, bring it all back to the overworld, craft yourself a brewing stand, and maybe even a cauldron too. Some people say the cauldron is over the top, and I 100% agree, which is why we have this potion palace instead, which is obviously what you need to do. You need to have a dedicated workspace for all of your potions. There are all sorts of ingredients you'll need specifically for this, and so having a big workspace with lots of brewing stands inside is a very good idea. Just like how it's a good idea to embark upon the third quest, which is the closest Minecraft has come to directly telling the player about a new questline. And this is because obviously in the 1.4 update, we got both the Wither, the boss and the challenge, as well as the beacon, the reward for doing so, and the beacon sure is a great reward. This is a big boost to any of these 5 stats that can be moved around with you, using just 2 inventory slots for the smallest version and a full 4 for the largest, but either way it is a very portable item that can give huge benefits, especially for large scale destruction projects, and at some point in your life you're going to have to do some large scale destruction, so having a beacon can be handy for that, but also never again will you have to fear death because of a HP boost around your base, never again will you have to fear creepers if you have an attack damage boost, and most importantly, never again will you have to fear 1.5 block gaps if you have the jump boost, but all of this is possible with 5 glass, 3 obsidian, 81 iron, gold or diamonds, or if you're being ridiculous, netherite, and then just kill 3 to 300 wither skeletons, mine some soul sand, place it down like so the skulls are on top, then fight the wither. It's a really easy fight, trust me, especially on the Bedrock version, really chill. This is the easiest part of the whole quest, and then place the blocks in this pattern, expand to be 4 layers high, and you officially have yourself the beacon quest complete. Congratulations. Except obviously the next step after this is you have to do the logical follow-up quest of getting the mega beacon, so kill the wither 5 more times, make the same structure but with 6 blocks at the top instead, and boom, the mega beacon is activated. No longer do you have to decide between the 6 effects because you can have all of them all maxed out all of the time as long as you're within 50 blocks of this, which is pretty darn nice. Something that does come close to being this nice is getting a good price at a maximum trading village, which is a quest that effectively allows you to spawn items out of thin air in Minecraft. Seriously, some of the best enchanted diamond gear you've ever wanted, it's entirely obtainable. Buckets of enchanted diamond pickaxes, golden carrots, and even maps to woodland mansions and ocean monuments can be obtained very freely here if you get a max village. So how do you do this? Well, step 1 is to find a village, of course. Step 2 is to trade basic resources for emeralds, basically taking up a minimum wage job of picking up hay bales or wood in exchange for emeralds, and then you want to secure the villagers. I mean, it doesn't matter how well traded the the villagers are if they end up dying in a zombie attack, so building a wall or lighting up the place or some combination of these two is the important next step. And then finally you have to start trading the more advanced resources for emeralds: glass panes, melons, coal. When you trade these resources enough, you'll climb the tech tree with the farmer, librarian, and armor smith to get yourself golden carrots, enchanted books, which can include mending. This is the way every late game player has the mending gear. And then finally getting yourself the diamond armor on which you might want to put it. This is one of the best quests in terms of the rewards, and it's one of the most essential if you intend to go about your Minecraft world without having to have your Minecraft gear break, because mending is only renewably obtainable from this very place. Something which is important and in fact almost a prerequisite if you want to get involved with a race for the best gear in Minecraft. This is an obvious quest for many people, but it's a surprisingly hard one, because what is the best gear? Well, obviously netherite, but actually not just netherite, enchanted netherite with all of the best enchantments. So for a chestplate, for example, this is really easy. Protection, mending, unbreaking, boom, you're done. But if you want a helmet, you're going to want to have aqua affinity, you're going to want to have respiration, you're going to want to have unbreaking, protection, as well as mending, which means you need 5 enchantments for your helmet. You're going to need several enchantments for your boots, because it's not just protection, unbreaking, mending, it's not just soul speed or depth strider, it's all of these 5 enchantments together. And you can imagine doing this for every single piece of gear, as well as having a crossbow, as well as having a elytra, as well as having a regular bow, as well as having an enchanted flint and steel, an enchanted set of shears. Having all of these things is when you can truly say you have the maxed out set of gear, something which takes most players more than a year. In fact, the vast majority of players never get close, which is why this is a fun challenge to go for. And also, you know, every single time you make a piece of gear better, that actively benefits you when you're swimming in ocean monuments, that actively benefits you when you're being attacked by a ghast in the Nether, and most importantly, it actively benefits you when you take on another quest, which could be any of the other ones on this list, but I think the most important one to mention alongside having the best gear, and therefore having the best protection from damage and the best damage output yourself, is actually the best transportation. Because as we all know, time is money, except that's in the real world. In Minecraft, it's time is the ability to get more resources, and if you're spending all this time just going between various stuff, you're wasting it all. So the prerequisite for this is you're going to need 2 separate things. One is defeating the Ender Dragon, because you need to go out to the End Islands and get yourself an elytra, and the second is you need to find yourself an iceberg biome. Alternatively, go very high up in any hill or snow-based biome and the water will freeze there, which means you can make a giant ice farm and slowly combine that together to make blue ice. But in either case, the fixed parts of your world should be connected by ice boats, or blue ice boats preferably. This is because this is the fastest form of transport in Minecraft, but it has the big downside of requiring a lot of ice to craft and being very fixed paths, which is why you need to have yourself an elytra, maximally enchanted with some fireworks of course, and you can use this to get yourself around the rest of your world. Traveling hundreds of blocks will be something you can do in a matter of seconds, and traveling thousands of blocks will not be a chore that you put off, but instead something you're willing to do to find a woodland mansion or a trail ruins or whatever it is you need in between. Having the maximal forms of transportation allows you to get around your world so much faster and make the Minecraft world smaller, which is important when you need things from all over the game. I think it's a fun challenge, and I can say exactly the same about the Nether Hub quest. So this is something that almost every world gets to at some late point, and the reason for this is that the Nether is the most crucial dimension for getting between all of your overworld structures. Everyone knows that building in the overworld is the most important place and arguably the most aesthetic place. However, you might not know that there is an entire space that gets you really easy access to anything you want, and the only risk is that it's more dangerous. Seriously, you travel 8 blocks in the overworld for every 1 block you travel in the Nether, which means that you can seriously cut down distances. Combine this with the max travel from earlier to get even faster, by the way, but the point is to say that you have to just deal with risk when you're here, but you can make this place safe, you can make this place doable, you can build big stone structures, you can build tunnels and torches, and if you really want, you can build blue ice pathways to make this the fast way between various points of your world. In fact, actually, this is one I think is so important, and it's my favorite part that I look forward to in any long-term world, that I actually want to show you it right now. Although first, to really show you how incredible the Nether is, here is a Nether portal. It's a very, very wide one. I wasn't sure how much obsidian I needed. And then here is a second Nether portal. They're both far enough away that you can barely see the purple, but you can definitely tell how far the journey is between them, right? However, this is what it looks like in the overworld. If I instead choose to fly from the Nether, which I totally can do, it takes a lot of crash landing skills, but if we go through the Nether, and then I show you the 2 Nether portals here, you might just be shocked, because one one nether portal is there, you can see the obsidian, and the second nether portal is literally over here. Just over there, that is the second nether portal. In case you don't believe that, here I am now in that same stone structure, and way up on that mountain is where I started when I was showing you the two portals. In fact, I'm so far away from the second portal, I physically can't see it, despite having over 500 blocks of render distance, and that is the power of the Nether. But if we come back here, I can show you a really simple concept that I developed a while ago when the world went to Bedrock that actually allows you to have this Nether tunnel and do so relatively easily. So this can be done with literally just stone blocks if you want to, use cobblestone if you really insist, or use Nether stem, just anything that doesn't burn is great, and have a single pathway along the Nether. This can be 3x3 if you want to get horses through here, or bigger if you want camels, but honestly, even just having having a tunnel that's 2x1 is enough to keep you mostly safe, and the reason that's important is because from this one pathway, you can have little signs like exits telling you this way to the end portal. I go a few more 100 blocks and I'll reach my ice islands. I go a few more 100 blocks after that and I reach my mushroom islands. Having easy access to all your stuff in a place where all you gotta do is go down a quick staircase, which can be as stone protected or not protected as you like, having the ability to decorate each of these areas. This is my end portal area, which I do quite like, by the way, but I also have this entire kind of cave looking area to the TU31 part of my world, and perhaps my favorite of all is this, the frozen part of my Nether, which represents where the ice islands are. I even have a giant frosty ghast, which I think, it took a lot of effort, but was totally worth it. Everything here is built from snow and ice, and just kind of used some spare blocks I had from destroying an iceberg biome anyway, but the end result is something I absolutely love, and maybe you do too. And so, if neutralizing the Nether is something for you, then having a basic Nether hub is a really good idea, but you can take it as advanced and as complex as you like, because there's no end to this quest, being that it's one of the building parts of Minecraft. Anything on this entire list can be taken to the max. You could have a maximum trading villager out here in the Nether if you wanted to. No one can tell you what you can and cannot do. Which is why so many people look at the game of Minecraft and say, you know what the problem with this is? I have to play far too much Minecraft, and they work on a cookie clicker or automatic farm. This is something which can start really simple. For every seed you plant, you get more than one back, which means that every time you plant and harvest your wheat, you get more seeds, so you can plant more of those, and plant and harvest more wheat, so you can plant more seeds. That is the lowest level of the farm, but the highest level is to try and get as many resources as you can fully automated. This can start really simply with a cobblestone generator and a sugarcane farm, and then very quickly move into an automatic chicken cooker, so you get cooked chickens as well as eggs all the times you like them. Then you move up to pumpkin farms, bamboo farms. You start getting the more high-end resources because iron farms come in, gold farms come in. You start to realize that diamonds and netherite and emeralds are all just finite resources that you can get in large quantities, but becoming the king of your Minecraft world could mean to you having insane amounts of every resource, more than you could ever build or use, but that is a great thing that a lot of people love to do, and at some point you need to automate at least some things in your world. It's just up to you whether that's something as simple as bone meal for your plants and food for yourself, or something as complex as a guardian farm for prismarine or a magma cube farm for frog lights. It is down to you how much of your world you choose to automate, but there is always the ongoing quest that sits there in the background of what are you doing right now that you could be skipping out on, which if you think about it is ultimately a little bit like real life. There are all sorts of dumb things I hate doing. What if there was a machine that could brush my teeth in my sleep? I would love that. What if there was a device where I could be knocked out the moment I leave my house and then wake up at my destination, moving on all the travel time? Or what if, in fact, I had wings where I could fly around? That would be incredible. All of these quests really are quests you'd like in the real world, except maybe this next one, because maximum block destruction is a quest that you need to add in Minecraft 2 at the end, otherwise you might go somewhere very scary. Because if you say this to a police officer, oh, don't worry about me, I'm just gonna make some incredibly powerful tools aimed at destruction, and then get a beacon so I can massively increase the size of my ideas and the strength of which I have to destroy things, and then I'll make probably just a few bits of TNT, let's say like 100 kilograms or so I can flatten the world and build it in my image. And no, officer, no, I meant in Minecraft, no! Valuable reminder, when talking about dangerous activities on the internet, always add in Minecraft at the end. Which is why I'm not just threatening you with a house fire, I'm threatening you with a house fire in Minecraft if you don't subscribe. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers tried to do the whole, yeah, you should subscribe, it really helped the channel. I have a vague threat for you instead, and maybe you appreciate that, just like how you might appreciate the fact that yes, destruction is necessary if you want to rebuild. It is very costly in the real world, but in Minecraft, getting to the maximum level of block destruction will require the beacon side quest, because obviously this is going to require the maximum amount of haste that you can have, and it's also going to require the best tools, at least in the pickaxe and shovel game, and then it's also going to require some fairly decent storage solutions, because when you're destroying a lot of blocks, you need somewhere to move them. At some point, you're going to want to rebuild this area in your own honor, and so there's lots of ways you can take it from here. One is you can dig an entire chunk out of your world, or an entire area of any size. This can be really handy for certain farms, so it helps out with that quest, but it also could just be the opportunity to flatten an entire part of your world such that you could build whatever you want there later. Personally, I choose to take this as one of the latest game goals that the game has, with only one being bigger, and that is one that a lot of people confuse as being new for 1.20, but actually has existed for a while: 100% Minecraft completion. What does it mean to 100% Minecraft? I think there are three major categories that you need to go for. One is every single achievement or advancement, depending on whether you play Bedrock or Java. The second is to get your hands on every single block the game has to offer. I mean, it's a block-based game, why not have all of the blocks? And the third is to have 100% item completion. This is perhaps the most serious of all of them, because getting every item seems really easy when you think about how there's only a few hundred of them, but then you realize that includes every single brewing potion, that includes every single enchanted book, there's over 100 of those alone, and every single possible variation of things. You will be spending a long time trying to track down some of this stuff, but that is the ultimate way to see Minecraft. Collecting every single trim, every single pottery shard, every single type of smithing template, every single type of armor, every single enchantment, every single late game item, alongside doing all the fun achievements like shooting skeletons from hundreds of meters away or trading for thousands of emeralds. I think this is the ultimate way to say that you have beaten Minecraft, and although Minecraft is a sandbox game and it never truly ends, this is the point to me where you can say you've made a serious dent when you have a library, a museum, a collection of all the things that you have done. That is when you can say that you have officially won. And so I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to do something new in your world, all the way from the beginning up to the top here. This is one of my favorite types of videos to make here on the channel, because I love to inspire people to dive into their Minecraft. But if you want to see a different side of things, you could see 69 survival goals to aim for, or 30 things that you might consider building in your world. Whether you decide to check out either of those or subscribe, I appreciate you coming to the video, and I hope you have a good day, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.